Guys, hello. We're just on sprint planning like usual. Lee, what are you up to?
Yeah, so for this week it's going to be mostly Hexseed. I'm a bit behind schedule and it's coming out next Friday, so I want to get as many levels done as I possibly can. As well as that, there's a bit of WooLoop work, so there is the update post tomorrow as usual, but it's also a streaming week as well, so I'm going to be streaming. But WooLoop has quite a lot of updates done since the last one, so it should be quite good. And as well as that, actually the Colour Pixels for Switch comes out as well, so we want to be getting an announcement post for that out on Thursday as well, for mostly Hexseed.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just mainly Coloring Pixels. I finished all my Athena stuff for now, so I'm back on Coloring Pixels and Steampunk with the pull by a pretty chunky amount. So yeah, I've already had a bit of a head start as I backed on some, so good start so far.
Yeah, good stuff. And for me, WooLoop as usual. I want to do the main thing, which is the screenshotting mechanic thing, so that you can see your levels in the main menu. Other than that, lots of levels. I think that's gonna be a priority now. We just need so many more levels made. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty busy week. Right, okay, so I'm carrying on with WooLoop. The big thing that I'm working on this week, it's sort of like the last major feature that we need to implementing that hasn't really been started yet, is these main menu icons. So you can see a lot of them are literally just the rocket image. And that's because when we did the demo for Steam Next Fest, I manually took screenshots, edited it down, and attached them to every level. So this is just from copy and pasting, really copy and pasting a level. It's just copied and pasted all of the assets for the rocket one, but we actually want this to be dynamic. So the colouring in stuff that we did last week with the sort of like colour palette picker, we want to be able to take a screenshot of the art that you've done and have that reflect in the main menu. So that's what I've been working on, been making a start on it really. So the point I've got up to is you can load up a level, press space, which isn't great, that we'll make that better, and then it makes a little handy text picture. So yeah, there is a little bit of work that needs to be done on this. So we need to strip the background, make sure it's transparent, a few things like that, but actually cropping the image down and taking a screenshot and saving it to a file is the first step. So that's what I've been up to today.
Okay, so I've been quite busy today working on the Steampunk DLC for Coloring Pixels, and I've actually made quite a lot of progress today. I've been primarily working on vehicles and landscapes. So this is the first one that I did. It was Lee's idea to add a little, almost like a gyrocopter as a steampunk helicopter, and it came through quite nice. I think it looks a little bit too much like a fish, but it looks okay. And in terms of the background, I think it works well, and I'm quite happy with that one. I actually forgot to mention this morning, I was actually working on this piece. This airship actually did a long time ago for ToastieLabs, but I ended up using it for the Steampunk DLCs. I thought it kind of matched the aesthetic, so I essentially made a few tweaks to the airship and added a background, and it came through quite nice. But ever since then, I've just been working on this new image here. I thought I would do like an underwater submarine, like a steampunk submarine, and I'm messing around with the silhouette of the submarine. I can't really get it looking the way I want it. I'm debating on having it either too big or organic, and I'm trying to find the balance in between. So you can see if I take this detail off, it looks a lot smaller, where it kind of implies there's a city on top if I keep the detail. I'm not really sure if I want to make it that big, I haven't really decided yet, so I'm going to add more details at the end and see how it looks, and I'm just going to work from there.
Okay, so I've been working on WooLoop a bit more, mainly on this screenshot mechanic that we've added, and it seems to be working, fingers crossed. So you see a lot of these levels are just sort of like the default. You see some of these buttons have got little images inside them, and some of them don't. That's just because you haven't clicked on it yet. We'll probably have to do something about this. Maybe put some default image in there or something like that. Because once you go into an image and then come out, there's that little screenshot in it there. And when you actually complete a level, we'll do it on the rocket. Now that level's complete, I back out, and then you see that the rocket is actually done in here. And then if I go back in, New Game Plus it with some new colours, then fingers crossed it should update as well. There we go, and now I've got a green rocket with a blue flame. When we back out to the main menu, yeah, there you go, it's right there. So that's looking really good. Yeah, I just need to work out a solution for these default icons, I think.
Okay, so it's been a pretty productive day for me. It's coming towards the end of the day now, so I thought I'd show you what I've been working on. So this morning I was finishing off this submarine image that I think I showed you yesterday. I essentially just had the silhouette built, but today I've been focusing a lot of the detail, and it actually turned out a lot more ambitious than I intended. There's a lot more detail than I thought it would be. But yeah, it came across really nicely, and it's definitely one of the standout images so far. And for this afternoon I've been working on this little spider robot kind of thing. I quite like it. It's got a lot of character to it. I think it's quite cute as well. I didn't want to make it too creepy because it is a spider. I don't want to trigger onto arachnophobia, so I tried to make it as cute as I could with a little lantern and some big bulging eyes. And I think it looks quite sweet. It did take a while to do. 3D is quite notorious to be quite hard, well, notorious to me anyway, to do in pixel art. I quite struggle with it sometimes, trying to find the right forms, but it came across quite nicely in the end. And I started to wind down towards the end of the day. I did a little spider character of a little grumpy owl in some steampunk clothing, and it came out quite nicely. It was Lee's idea to add a little cane here. But yeah, before I head home, I'm gonna do a bit of a little sketch, so I've got something to work from tomorrow. I don't like coming in starting fresh, so I'm gonna do a little sketch and some idea generation, see what I can come up with.
Yeah, we've got Luna in the office today, and we're hoping. Yeah, you might have to like help her, but then she might be able to do the last bit. There's too much going on.
I thought you took that one home.
The big one, yeah.
I'll get one for the office.
Do you want me to throw it, girl?
So I'll just hang up there and see if she notices it.
She's systematically taking all the leaves off the puddings. Oh god, look, why have they got faces? Oh no! Yeah, let's see. All coming off.
Okay, so I was working from home yesterday and I completely forgot to record, so my bad about that. But yesterday was actually a really productive day. I managed to get 4 images done for the Steampunk DLC, which I think brings us up to 16 images now, so just 4 more to go. And yeah, I had a lot of variety and a lot of fun with these few. So this was the one I was working on for the most day, as you can see. It's jam-packed with a lot of detail. I'll get a bigger shot for you. So yeah, it's jam-packed with a lot of detail, and it's supposed to be a steampunk bar. I'm not sure if it completely represents that. I think I did a good job on most parts, but I'm not sure if it looks like a bar. I'll leave it up to you to decide, but I quite liked in this one. Like I said, it just took a long time. And then I was working on this image here. I wanted to do like an underwater old-fashioned scuba diver suit and make it a bit steampunky, adding some various colours in here. And for the last 2, I was working on a bit of a smaller set of images because I don't want to fill up the book with too many big images. I'm quite happy with these 2. I thought I would go with the traditional steampunk hat with the goggles. I'm quite happy with that, and this is a bit of a steampunk heart, a mechanical heart. Nothing much to say with that one, just I thought it was a really cool idea. I thought I would try to sketch it down, and it came out quite nice. But this morning I've been working on a big image, and this is a steampunk bike, and it's going to be traversing across a desert with some scenery in the background. I've just started it. I've been working on it for a while, but I've really been trying to get the design of the bike down. I've designed it completely from scratch, and I really like it. I just need to add a character on and then fill in the background and add some details to the floor here, and that should be done, and that should bring us up to, I think, 17 images.
Hasn't been much of an update for me this week. That's because it's been another week of just doing Hexseed levels. So this is the layout of the final world for the Hexseed Year 2, which we're calling Finis. The idea behind this design is the smaller heart shapes will have larger levels, and the larger heart will have small levels. And yeah, it works out to about the same play time as all the other worlds that we've done. And yeah, it's been some good progress. I managed to make quite a lot of progress yesterday, and I think there's about 50 to 60 levels left to do. So it should be done by mid-week next week, which is in time for release next Friday.
Now, I've got Luna in the office today, so she's going to be pestering me as soon as I start talking. You okay, girl? Hello. Up. Go, come on. Best doggo. What's that? Yeah, okay, so I didn't record anything yesterday, but it was a pretty busy day for me, to be honest. I was working from home, and I was trying to address an issue that I basically just discovered on Wednesday night when I was making levels. So I discovered that some of the larger levels, particularly this world map level, which is the biggest one I think we've got at the moment, would just run awfully. We were getting about 0.05 FPS, so it would take 20 seconds for it to render 1 frame, which is just not acceptable, anywhere close to being acceptable, to be honest, because we want to at least hit 60 FPS, right? And I did some profiling, worked out what the issue was. Basically, these instructions that we've got to show you what you're doing, It is still a bit slow, but I think it's doing a lot of editor stuff. It's much faster in game. These instructions with the pins on and stuff like that, the instructions are actually tied to each pin. So on this level, there'll be a lot of art assets loaded up, a lot of masking going on for each individual pin. And that's super inefficient because you would only ever see 2 or 3 of them at once, so kind of pointless. So what I spent yesterday doing was writing a whole new system, really. This instruction spawner system that basically just manages a couple of instructions and it moves them around to various pins as needs be. So yeah, here we go. So we've got a couple of instructions just here that we can see. So I think there should be 3 on screen at the moment at this point. And yeah, this little system just moves them around, and it's way more efficient now. I think we get about, well, at home I was getting 90 FPS on this scene, and this is the busiest one we've got so far. So yeah, much improved. Really, really glad we sorted that out because it was a pretty big issue.
Okay, so it's been a very busy this afternoon. I managed to get about 2 more images done and a 3rd one in production. I've been working on this massive image here. This is image 20. This is the last image that I need to do in the pack. I mean, the guys agreed that it should be quite an ambitious one. So I'm actually going for a sort of Mortal Engines-esque design where this massive city is essentially in between this massive wheel. And this wheel traverses the landscape, and it's going to be filled with smoke and it's like a general air pollution coming off this thing because it's, well, a massive machine. And you can see it's taking a long time. This is the size of the image. I think it's about 300 height by 250 length. And right now I'm just trying to fill in the space in the wheel. And from there I'm going to have to continue the wheel and do the background. So it's definitely going to take a while, and it may take me a good few hours to finish this thing off. But after that, steampunk will be done. I've got a pixel sprite character at home that I forgot to bring in, but that won't take very long. So this will be the bulk of the rest of my time for steampunk. A vicious attack took place today. ToastieLabs. Oh. I jinxed it.
You okay, girl? You okay?
What's hitting me?
Move the beanbag just so you can stay on the sofa, girl. You good? You good?
So on the note, Rob Lee, it's Friday. Yeah? I can't even see Rob. Just Luna today. Yeah. So what have we been up to this week?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week for WooLoop. I've been pretty busy on that. There's a lot of things that have cropped up, which is unfortunate. A lot of performance issues and stuff, and she found a lot of bugs during the stream. But we are getting close. Like, the end is in sight. I can see it. So that's really good. So make sure you wishlist WooLoop on Steam, because we haven't been pushing that as much as we should. And please, yeah, wishlists do really matter. So please go and check it out on the store page.
Yeah, other than that, another big thing happened this week was the Coin Pickles on Switch Collection 2 got released on Thursday. So if you haven't already as well, check that out. It should be on the eShop. You can download it now. And yeah, play that. Let us know what you think as well. It's 8 collections of games or 8 books of games in one collection. And as well as that as well, it should be the release date for the Hexseed DLC. We're doing a lot of work on that this week. If everything goes to plan, that should be coming out on Friday after this video later today as well. So head over to Steam and check that as well. It's the last DLC of Year 2 as well. So it's getting towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Year 3 stuff will be coming soon, but that'll be for next year when we get around to that.
Yeah, there'll be big announcements about all that, won't there, next year?
Yeah. And as always, thank you very much to everyone on Discord, and especially thank you to our patrons as well, who will be getting Steam keys to WooLoop either this week or in January, depending on what tier you are. Thank you to our new patrons that joined us today as well. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've reached this far in the video, because Luna needs to go home. She's just getting too excited.
It's home time for Luna.
She loves that toy. He's like, oh.